Ginger prawn dumplings in lemongrass and coconut soup is a nourishing and comforting bowl to enjoy any night of the week. To make everybody's life easier, I'll be using some of the ginger and prawn dumplings from Mr. Chen's. Mr. Chen's is a family-run Australian company that's been going for over 40 years. They make restaurant-quality dumplings that are super convenient to have at home in your freezer to enjoy as a snack, or you can use them as a protein in recipes, just like I'm doing in this soup. So we're gonna kick off this recipe by making the base of our soup. So I'm gonna get a pot on to heat. Some extra virgin olive oil can go in. And in front of me here, I've got a load of aromatics that we can fry off to give a lovely fragrance to this soup. I'm starting with some shallots, so a sweet red shallot. It's just been sliced up. Pop that in, get that sizzling away. I've also got some garlic, some fresh ginger to carry on that ginger theme that we're using in the dumplings. This is a stalk of lemongrass that I've just finely sliced up. And for some heat, I've got a long red chilli. Popping half in now and keeping half as a garnish. I've got some fresh kaffir lime leaves. These have a lovely kind of lemony citrus fragrance. So I'm just gonna tear up some to go into the soup to flavour it. And you just wanna bruise it enough, kind of release all of that natural oil in them. Just give this a minute or two to cook down and release all of those beautiful flavours in our aromatics. That is an absolute flavour bomb going on in that pan right there. It smells so, so good. I'm going to put in some chicken stock. Now I'm using a reduced salt chicken stock. Whenever I'm going to reduce a sauce or a stock down, I think using a low salt one just gives you a bit more control over how salty the dish is later on. I'm just going to let that stock come up to a simmer. And while that's happening, I've used kaffir lime in the soup, and I'm going to finely slice up some of these leaves to use as a garnish on the top. Find the easiest ways to just fold them over. Tuck in fingers, and you want this as fine as you can get it. Just gonna pop the kaffir lime aside for now. My stock is simmering, which is perfect timing to go in with our dumplings. So these go in from frozen. And I'm going to use about 8 dumplings for my soup. Pop them in. They'll need around 8 minutes to gently cook through to become wonderful and tender. The dumplings are looking beautiful and plump in this soup. We can now go in with some snow peas. Any vegetables will work in this, but I love the crunch of a snow pea. Always add them in at the last minute. I've got some Mr. Chen's coconut cream. You'll need about 180, 200 mils of that. The coconut works so well with all of the aromatics in our soup. I'm now going to turn off the heat. And a few things I always like to do to kind of season the soup at the end is I've got some fish sauce. Adds a lovely kind of funk to our soup. Balancing that up with some sugar, just a touch. And I've got some sourness from some lime. Just squeeze that in. Taste it now. Now's your chance to balance everything up. You want to taste so good. Coconut, a little bit of chili. You've got all of that fragrance from the lemongrass. It's a killer, killer soup. It's like restaurant quality, done in about 20 minutes at home. All right, time to plate up. This happens pretty quick. I've got some of the Mr. Chen's thin egg noodles here. They make a great base for the soup. Now these will just cook in the residual heat of the soup when it's ladled over. Great for quick, convenient cooking. Speaking of ladles, I'm just going to ladle the soup into our bowls. You can see with the dumplings, you can just notice those beautiful plump pink prawns coming through that gorgeous thin wrapper. A few final flurries, our chilies that we've reserved. Just going to pop some of them over. The fresh kaffir lime. And I've also got some fresh coriander. I mean, who is not going to love that on their kitchen table at home? It's got loads of exotic flavours and it's a restaurant quality meal that you can whip up in no time at all. That is my ginger prawn dumplings in lemongrass coconut soup.